Hello, Binding Blade tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play, you know, that game with Eliwood. Anyway, so like I said at the end of last episode, if you watched all the way to the end, I'm looking at you, Mr. Skipped Out halfway through. What I did this time is I skipped the dialogue so I could set up my characters ahead of time, so we should still get the story here, but we won't have to do as much inventory management for the Let's Play. So, let's get going. The chaos caused by the coup at Aquilia quickly spreads to the rest of Etruria. Cecilia escapes with Guinevere from Aquilia. She also forms a loyalist group to combat the revolutionaries. Evil High Chancellor. The revolutionaries, however, have Bairn on their side, who's already trying to conquer the land. King Mordred has also been taken hostage, giving the revolutionaries another edge. Great General Douglas, wasn't he in the last game? And Knight General Percival are forced into their service. With so much power, the revolutionaries easily push the loyalists out of Etruria. The loyalists are driven into an old castle on the Misur Peninsula. This is the desert area. I don't know if there's anyone that really lives in this quadrant of the map. At least not many people. Roy learns that Cecilia has been forced back by the revolutionaries. Why are we calling them revolutionaries? They're just traitors. In response, Roy heads for Misur. The loyalists are under attack by both revolutionaries and Byrne's military. With such adversity, the loyalist forces have little time. Alright, so this is a very large map. I had a little look at it ahead of time. This is a good large-scale battle, which tend to be my favorite, with a little bit of bridges and stuff like that. So the good news is we get 14 characters, which I'm much happier with. So I can bring basically everyone I want to bring. If you include Lilina, that puts us at 15 total characters right now. And we might be about to get our 16th, maybe? So that might be the majority of the crew. I'm keeping Lilina out for another episode because she's already level 20. And the rest of the team can get to level 20 maybe on this map. And then we can start looking at promotions. One thing I have learned is that there's probably not enough promotion items at this point in the game. So we're going to have some people hit level 20 and be stuck there until we finally get their promotion items. So promote carefully the people you're most in a rush. So like I said, Luf and Lilina will be fine at level 20. Just, they waste experience by killing stuff at level 20, but they're strong enough that they're okay. On the other hand, people like Ellen or Clarine, if you want to use them, need to get promoted soon so they can start bringing value to the party. So that's kind of my logic. We're also going to try Ray for a little while. If he turns out terrible, we'll still bench him, but I'd really like to have some dark magic, so that's why we've got 2 mages and Lilina can sit out for a little while. I've played with the inventory a little bit, so if you only use swords, you're kind of weak to lances, so give him a Lance Reaver and you're no longer weak to lances if you equip that. Similarly, if you're a lance guy, bring an Axe Reaver, and if you're an axe guy, bring a sword reaver. Just to be fully equipped, basically. Other than that, I don't think I've changed too much. I wish I could buy dark magic. We're going to run out of flux very soon. There is on this map an armory or a vendor, the magic type shop. Hopefully they sell dark magic. There's also an arena. I'm not too worried about that. I might send anyone that's low level to try to catch up a little bit, but we're mostly all doing fine. There's no need to arena views. I haven't really over leveled yet, let's not start. So we need to have a little look around the map, okay? The first thing you should really notice is this. The sniper isn't that bad. I mean, he's strong, but the problem is that this is a killer ballista, if you notice in the bottom left there. So that means this ballista, with a range of, whatever, lots, has a 30% base crit chance on a super long range attack. So that is specifically why I'm bringing boars. I'm really hoping that I can get him a level up or 2 and maybe get to 14 or 15 defense. No one else really has enough durability to maybe take a crit from the ballista other than him. Boars is probably your best bet at surviving a killer ballista crit. Other than that, I mean, Geese is doing well. He does have a lot of HP, so if he might be an option, basically. Other than that, I don't really have anyone. Like, Deke's pretty strong. Alan's okay. But Boars, I feel like he's had a few bad level ups, and he should have more defense. Like, his defense should be the same as his level, at least. And it's not, so that's disappointing. Anyway, so that's the main threat, the killer ballista. That's far away, we don't have to worry about it just now, but don't forget, there are a couple other normal ballistas on the south road. These are mostly problems for, like, Shanna. So, you have to be very careful with Shanna. This center area is a little bit fiddly. It's a lot of ranged units. It's kind of annoying. And I assume the reinforcements will be charging towards us, probably. We do have, like, a village here and a village here, so we'll be splitting up a little bit. What I'm thinking is, what I want to do is split up the team, send one healer, couple mages, sort of this crew on the northwest side of my deployment, to try to deal with these cav, and then I'll probably just send them back, because it's going to take a long time to get through this. And then I want to all group together to deal with this stuff, this stuff, this stuff, and I'm not going to be rushing. Basically, this guy, we're going to let boars, or we're going to try, max range shoot boars, and then heal them up every turn with Ellen or Clarine. And we have to be very careful about that because, you know, these guys could rush in. So you might want to lure the cav out first. Try to be very, very careful about the killer ballista. So whether it's on the left bridge or this spot down here, we'll see. Interesting note, apparently Cecilia is the boss of this map. She's green though, so I doubt that that'll stick. Also, Percival's up here. From what I've read, you can recruit him if you can get here within about 8 turns, but you probably can't do that without dying, or at least, you know, rolling the dice to die. So, don't worry about recruiting him, really. It turns out you don't have to recruit him on this map. You can, but you don't have to. And then, like, these 2 knights are on his side, or cav are on his side. So that's your overview. There's a few other things of note. There's a killer lance here and an axe reaver, so most of these guys are lance cav, but one of them has the bonus against axes, so you want to use a sword guy on him and axes against the rest. There's a couple healers. I showed you the killer. There should be another axe reaver here. At least we got some sword cav, a killing edge. That's dangerous too. I feel like Fire Emblem 6 has more random killing weapons on the field than most Fire Emblems do. More recent Fire Emblems, because like that's really weird to see a cavalier with a killing edge. It makes some sense, but I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Like usually cav get the lance focused type weapons. Seeing a killer lance here is bad, but at least it makes a little bit of sense. What else is there to remember? Horse Slayer, pretty good against my cav. Spear, this is Flare, perhaps the real boss, we'll see. Spears are annoying because they're stronger than javelins, but I'm not too worried. He's got a lot of defense, so maybe make sure you bring some mages, I guess. Or archers. If you can get maybe a silver bow on Shin, if I thought to do that, he might have enough to pierce 16 defense. Maybe. The rest of the wyverns are pretty tough. As much as they take bonus damage from arrows, they do have high physical defense, so magic is your better option usually. Steel swords, no big deal. Silver lance is always a little bit scary. And I think that's it. Another axe reaver. So each group of cav has 1 axe reaver. I guess that makes some sense, seeing as normally you'd send axe guys to deal with them if you liked. So that's pretty much everything. Did I do anything else? The only thing I might do is let's give Shin, because now that I was thinking about it, let's give him a silver bow. You know, he could have a killer bow too, honestly, but the silver bow has the highest base damage of anything we've got. The brave bow is just too valuable to use this early, but we'll probably get more silver bows later on. Short bow we could get rid of as well, but I'm just trying to think like how much damage Shin can do. He's got 18 attack with the iron, but we can get 7 more than that. So that's 13 versus 6. So plus 7. So a 25 base damage. If I could maybe get him another strength point or 2, we'd be at... What did I say? Plus 7? So yeah, if he's at 25 right now... 13 minus 6 is 7. 18 plus 7 is 25. So I can get him, you know, maybe 26, 27 damage tops. Even 25 is pretty good, because 25 minus 16 will be 9. 9 times 2 or 3. I forget exactly the formula for weaknesses. Critical's triple damage, but it depends on the Fire Emblem game. I think weapon weakness is double damage. But still, 18 damage per shot. If we can double him, which is possible, 10 weight. Well, he's got 12 speed. He's pretty quick. I don't know if we'll be able to double him, but still, I feel like that might be the best way to deal with Flare. And we're getting to the point in the game where you should perhaps start planning for how to kill the boss in your loadout. So, that's a good idea. We can also start promoting people. I do have an Orion's Bolt, so I could also give Shin that instead of the short bow, and then if he hits level 20, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, he's the only archer I'm planning on using right now. I think that's actually a genius idea. Don't worry about the short bow, but hopefully get to level 20 so we can do a proper level up, or proper promotion. Then use that, and he'll just destroy those wyverns. Okay, I think that was a good idea. Otherwise, anybody needs promotion items? Roy's gonna hit 20 soon, but we can't promote him at all. Lance and Alan are getting pretty close. Loof is getting close as well. So is Deke. Deke would make an amazing hero. I kind of have to give up inventory, but he doesn't really need... There's no armor on this map, actually, so don't have to worry about that. Let's give him one of the hero crests, because you're definitely going to use Deke. There's no doubt about it. So we could promote him if he hits 20. Boars has a ways to go. I would love to get him to level 20 on this map, though, but we'll see. I don't even remember what items... What promotes pirates? Axe fighters. So a hero crest will be used on Geese or Rutger. Well, it's as much playing around as I'm going to do. I'll give... I'm pretty sure... I've got lots of Elysian whips. I'm pretty sure we're going to keep Shanna at this point. And I'd love to promote up either Clarine or Ellen, but... just throw... Oh, discard, does she discard from here? Oh, that's cool. Anyway, we'll get rid of that, and I guess we'll go Clarine first, because she seems really strong, and I've only got one guiding ring, but I'd like to have another mage. And she's got pretty strong stats, so I'm thinking she's going to be a really awesome Valkyrie. Which is, interestingly, the same class Cecilia is, except Cecilia is really bad. Anyway, sorry, I still ended up wasting like 10 minutes talking about this map, but at least I saved some time. Alright, let's get going. Let's save it again, just in case. It's a big map, so I'm sure we'll have to cut this chapter into a couple episodes. There's just no way. Oh good! Narcian or whatever. I don't see how Cecilia could hold the castle against all of those guys. She'd get slaughtered. Uh-oh. Now this guy looks scary. Maybe I should have brought more armor slayers and hammers. That would be a general class, I believe, if that's even what the king is considered. Uh-oh. Yeah, he'd just move up there and kill her, pretty much. Well, that's bad. That's pretty bad for Cecilia. Yeah, but we don't have a lot of time, and they've got really good defenses on the bridge. Alright, so these guys showed up. Narcian... That's the weapon I was talking about. So this makes you immune to bonus damage from arrows. I talked about this a while ago. I'm sure we could get one. Maybe we should bring a thief to try to steal his, but I don't think you're going to get it on this chapter. He'll basically kill anyone you put next to him. And he's tougher than the boss. So yeah, good luck if you want to try to fight Narcian right now. Bruised Sword also steals HP. That's crazy. Flare, not too strong. Narcian, overpowered. I mean, he's got like +4 to most of his stats, except strength. It's pretty strong. And then there's, of course, Zephiel, who's the king. He's got a legendary weapon. Stupidly high constitution. 39 base attack. He's even got some crit. Yeah, this guy would crush our entire force right now. Maybe later we'll be able to beat him, but right now there's just no way. We could barely even deal damage to him. And he'd just start one-shotting everybody. Alright, so let's not worry about him right now. Let's just get to work. Alright, so one of the main priorities here is I want to keep getting supports. So we gotta focus on that a bit. Ellen needs to make friends with Luth so they can start boosting each other's magic. And I'm gonna be sending... Well, we gotta be careful. These guys are pretty tough. I'm thinking sending Boars... Boars is supposed to be friends with, if I keep Boars anyway, he's supposed to be friends with Lilina, who's not here. Alright. Oh, I should have put, I missed that. Well, I want Geese and Lalum to be friends as well, but I want to get Boars sort of up front because he's so slow. So that's kind of my priority there. These guys just go a little slow. And then Ray and Loof, I mean, no. Ray is friends with, like, Chad or something, that's right. Okay, so that's gonna be my, North Force. Hopefully they can deal with this group without too much trouble. Maybe just choke point here between Geese and Boars, and we should be fine. Then we have to slowly work our way over this bridge. It's gonna take a little while. So I'm thinking maybe lure out the mage first, if possible. No, same range as the ballista. Unless they attack us. They might charge towards us, you never know. So let me just think of positioning here for a second. Roy is going to be friends with Shanna. Shanna is going to be friends with Deke. We're just gonna make a bit of a line here, a Mambo line. We'll just put him here. Deke is supposed to be friends with Rutger. Not Clarine, so don't put Clarine beside Deke. That's kind of important. And then Clarine makes friends with Rutger. Yes. I'm trying to make sure I get this all right at the beginning, and then I can just remember this as we go forward. And then Clarine specifically is friends with Lance long term. Lance is making friends with Alan, of course. And Alan doesn't really get a second friend, so that's all. And Shin's friend hasn't arrived yet, so it's gonna take a while. Okay. Got my basic setup. You might want to run away, Cecilia. Oh no. 0 damage. You know, like, if he crits, she's dead. Well, it's nice knowing you, Cecilia. Yeah. It's kind of ridiculous. This guy's grown up a lot since the last game. He is much, much stronger now. Must be dark forces. Narcian's a jerk, as always. So, oh, the flyers might come right at us. I needed to see how the enemy moved before I could finalize my strategy anyway, so... This is good to know. Oh, they're gonna be offensive. Okay, so we're definitely gonna wait on the bridge and stay away from the ballista then. They're gonna be very aggressive. Okay, I don't like the idea of splitting up so much. Yeah, I don't think you have any chance against the king there, Percival. I hear you're pretty strong, but like, yeah, you probably don't want to fight them. Alright, so that's why you don't have very long to recruit Percival. He's pulling back. It looks like she was slaughtered by Zephiel. No, she's dead. If that happened to any of us, they'd be dead for sure. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe even more defensive. I was thinking like it'd be nice to move forward quickly and start luring out Ballista, but instead, at least a couple flyers are heading towards us, which is always a pain for your mages and healers. And these guys are coming straight at us. Okay, so this whole sort of gap here is a really nice choke point. What I want to do is use boars and geese to just block maybe right here. And then, you know, they'll get a couple attacks in, but we should be fine. I think. Yeah, because they're not going to get any weapon advantage over boars, and they're at weapon disadvantage to geese, except for the Axe Reaver, and he can't get to this square. Okay. Okay, so, Ray, you're going to just pull back a little. We're going to put boars right here, right? No, we could guard right there and a little bit further back. Yeah, make them come all the way down. That's even better. Alright, so you two guarding the line. Lalum, do any of them have... Yeah, I don't want to get her javelins. I'd like to keep her beside Geese for support points, but, I can't leave her there safely, basically. And then Loof can stay by Ellen. He's safe where he is, so just keep him back, basically. Ellen doesn't have anything to do. That's all. So that's my defensive choke point here. The mages should be able to quickly clean up, I think, this group without too much trouble. Now, this side, I'm definitely not going to be charging into that. So, either we pull back far enough that they can't attack us, or we let this mage get a free attack in. 17 damage. It's not too bad. I could put, like, Shanna right here with a javelin equipped, and then she'd probably counterattack him reasonably well. And she'd be safe. Well, she's safe where she's standing, but I want to lure them a little bit closer, because if these guys are going to charge us, we'll want to clear this group out before we charge the ballista anyway. And the more space we have to deal with, the better. You could try to choke point on this bridge, I guess. And maybe we will, but after we kill the mages. Okay. So we're going to pull back a little bit, like one square, I think. Yeah. Alright, remember, Roy, friends with Shanna. Chin has no friends. Deke's friends with Shanna. I guess... No, that'll keep Deke out of range. Yeah, so the mage has to attack Shanna, basically. Lorene moves back a tile. Right, basically everyone just moves one tile. That's fine. Lance plus Corinne, that's right. Okay, and I feel like the only other thing I should have maybe double-checked was what I had equipped, and we might have done a little bit better there, but that's fine. Okay, let's see what happens. Defensive line engage. Oh, Guinevere. I don't know why we didn't just keep her with Roy. Roy could have protected her. I thought she stole the Fire Emblem or something too, didn't she? Which is kind of important, because, you know, it's the name of the game. I remember when these were just kids, and they were so innocent and not evil conquering the planet. Yeah, because you probably killed your father. And your mother. What happened to your mother? I remember the queen from the last game. It's only been like 20 years. Melody? Yeah, see, she stole that. It's very important. It's related to an important sword that we need to kill dragons. Alright, those guys are coming right at us. Alright, let's see if my defense works. Come on, boars. You can stand a silver lance. I sure hope he's not being doubled here, because it's gonna hurt. Alright, I could have double-checked the speed stats, but so far so good. There's no one else I'd rather take a Silver Lance than Boars, I guess. Oh, I forgot to equip the Javelin! I knew I missed something. My bad. Alright, you're gonna toss a Javelin, that's fine. So if... yeah, if we'd been doubled by the Paladin, we would have been in trouble, but... looks like we're fine. Melody! Right, to burn! Maybe. At least she seems sensible. Once we kill Zephyr, we'll have to put her on the throne. She seems like she's got her brains together. Well, I'm pretty sure Narsian would just do nasty things with you if he knew you were a traitor. Oh, that's nice. Loyal to the princess over the king. Well, if you return back to Bern after freeing Guinevere, I'm sure bad things will happen, so it's not like she has a choice. Alright, look at this infinite movement! It's amazing! If only I had units that could move that far on one turn. Because she could have just killed Roy right there, probably. It is a trick. Yes, I'm a general. Oh, hey! Welcome to the team. Oh, that's good news. Don't forget that Cecilia is the general that trained Roy. So she's like, he's kind of like her apprentice in a way, I guess, or at least with tactician knowledge. I don't know. She was supposed to be involved in his upbringing, basically. Okay, so now we have the mighty Milady, who is, well, let's see. She's pretty good. She's got, you know, flying, which is always an advantage. And she's got physical defense, which is as good as Boar's at 3 levels lower. Look at that. Plus, pretty good speed, skill, strength. A little bit low on luck and resistance, but, you know, whatever. And, yeah. So she's going to be on the team, basically. Unless something really weird happens, I don't see why you would not use Milady. Her friendship is... let me just double check, because I was already sort of planning on this. To Ellen a little bit. B rank with Ellen, C rank with Loof. So we should kind of keep these 3 together, if I feel like it. Anyway, we've got a lot of enemies to kill here. If we move forward into this group, we will be in range of the Paladin with the Silver Lance, which is a bit of a problem. I'm thinking it might be better to try to focus these guys down as quickly as we can this turn. And then maybe continue moving back, or at least being careful with these guys. We can't really use Shanna now because the archers are coming. All right, well, let's deal with these guys first. So I have a feeling Geese will be fine here, right? That's 16 damage times 2. That's like perfect. That's the exact amount of damage he needs to do. Plus 1. Almost level up. I can dream. Okay, the other thing... oh, this guy's got a longbow? Oh, you jerk. It would be nice for Loof to get some XP. Or Ray, that is to say, Ray. I wonder if this is safe. That's not even very accurate. We could have Geese kill someone else. I hear Geese is a killer. Oh, one person. Stone Cold Killer. fine. So, if I move Geese up, we have to be careful here. Oh, that's right. I have to be really careful here. Killer Lance, hey, 19 damage. 9. Okay, if no one else hits him, 9 damage times 3 would not kill Geese. And Boars could definitely survive it. So, if we could kill Axe Reaver too, dang it. I want to see how hard it will be to kill the Axe Reaver. Ray might pull it off, assuming we can deal with this guy. Then we could use Geese against the normal Steel Lance. Or even straight up against this guy. Kill him right now before he has a chance to hit somebody. Maybe. The problem is I haven't dealt with Mr. Paladin yet. We could also pull... where's the range on that? Yeah, maybe safe. I could pull Shanna or Milady up to help as well. And... they're definitely helpful. Not great hit rates. Yeah, I think we try to kill all 4 of these guys. And then we just pull back so that these ones can't really do anything. And then the whole team will be ready to help out next turn. And I might use Loof on the Paladin, I'm thinking. He's got low-ish resistance. And Loof is really fast, so he'll get a double for sure. And Boars will need to get healed. Okay, well, let's get started then. So I said Ray versus Axe Reaver. Or, wait. It's only 1 attack. That's safer. What about Shin? Sorry guys, I know, there's a lot of back and forth. It's not enough damage. This is a little sketchy, but we're gonna go like this. I have confidence that the rest of the team can get enough damage in to finish this all off. Okay, and then Geese, because he's way up this side, wrap this guy up. Even if, worst case scenario, we miss the 83%, the enemy hits a 41% and crits, which is very unlikely, he would survive. But we don't have to worry about that. Okay, the most threatening enemy is dealt with. Excellent. You gotta think, right? Focus on the guy with the Killer Lance. Just start like that. Be smart, Blue. Okay, now, I want to see what our odds are against Mr. Pally here. 24 damage would be pretty good. 26 damage would be better, but we're losing out on a bit of hit rate. I would rather have the 96% than 81%. That always seems to happen, where fire magic is just more reliable to hit than thunder. That's why it's favorite spell for now. Okay. Now we do need, at the very least, to kill the Paladin, but I'd really like to also kill... Wow, there's just too many units. If I don't kill a couple, Shin will be in trouble. Now, once Milady and Shanna are promoted, I believe they learn swords, both of them, in this game. Later on, Wyverns get lances plus axes, which is nice to switch up. But, for now, that's what we get. So... don't have a lot of attack options. We've got the 2 flyers. Technically, I could get Roy with a rapier in here. Roy will be hit very hard if he gets hit in return, but he should be able to kill this Paladin. As long as we can protect him. Which I think we can. Let's do it. Oh yeah, thank you. My man. Good job, Roy. I figured that was a good use of the rapier. We've got a spare. We haven't been using it very often. It is really good against cavalry and knights. Okay. So next up, Axe Reaver and just Javelin Steel Lance. Do we go keep Ray at the back, maybe? He should be able to probably kill this guy. If he fails, Milady or Shanna can help. I'll just call her Melody, honestly, but I like Melody a lot better than Reddit jokes, memes. Come on, Ray. Now, if you're willing to use Nosferatu, he actually makes a pretty good melee mage. Although, like, it has range too if you want. But taking damage is a lot less dangerous when you full heal every time you hit the enemies, so that could work out. Alright, well this has gone very smoothly. We haven't missed a single attack this turn. So, problem with that is the enemy mage could hit boars. Maybe this is our time for Milady to shine. Melody. Melody. Just call her Melody Blue. 14. It won't be enough. Not even close. And the enemy has crit against her. Ew. If we use Ellen to heal Shanna and then rescue Ellen, she could get in here. Not quite enough damage on her own. Well, we could again block the mage up so the mage couldn't get to boars. Probably. Enemy can do 6 damage. I think we have to go with the Iron Lance just because it's the most likely to hit. And at least the counter shouldn't do much damage to him. Come on, boars, don't miss. Yes, thank you. Alright, he's getting whittled down here a little bit. We'll protect him. So, I'm thinking... Oh man, that's not good. I forgot how far that longbow had range on. Okay, well... do we take the chance here with Melody? She won't kill him anyway. Shoot. Can Shanna kill him now? Yes, if she's a little lucky. Alright, we're going to be able... So low speed, 17... We'll have to heal boars. Yeah. So Ellen could heal boars. She won't take really any damage. Well, no, if I put her right beside boars, only the mage will be able to hit her. And 17 damage minus her resistance isn't very much. So she could definitely tank a hit from the mage. That will keep boars alive, as long as we can kill this one, which we're going to try to do with Shanna. But we're going to heal her first, and then we can pull... we'll be able to rescue Chlorine back if we have to. So basically, if Shanna misses, she can get hit by the mage too, technically. How much damage are we taking here? 12? 12 damage brings you down to 9. If she got hit by the mage, she'd take 8? She'd survive with 1 point of HP. That's not very good. I could go with like Javelin. It won't kill him though. Okay. I'm pretty sure I ran the numbers. We should be fine. Don't use the Iron Lance, even though it's more likely to hit. We have to use Steel Lance to kill him. 2 chances at 71. If we miss either, we're in a bit of trouble. She did get hit, unfortunately. But she got the kill. Alright. So that's good. And I'm, like, double the check. 17 might. Not much speed. There's no way she's doubling. 17 minus 9 is 8. Shanna can survive as long as no one else can hit it. Can hit her. We could try to block, but if we put someone to block, they can be hit by the archer, which means they have to be tanky, which I don't have anyone left. On the other hand, we could try to kill this mage and then rescue out, which might be worth a shot. Yeah, that would work. We're definitely not rushing in. We're not going to be able to kill these two anyway. I wonder how Rutger would do here, just for interest. He's very light, so it's easier to be rescued. 12 damage times 2 is pretty much perfect. He might take some damage in return, but yeah, do it. Okay, this simplifies things a little bit. We have to rely on rescuing and pulling out of the way a little bit, but I mean, that's primary mechanic for the game, so get used to it. Okay, so now everyone's been healed. We're not going to be able to heal both Shanna and Boars. Let's get, well, the only one we can heal up this turn. Good enough. And then let's see if I can rescue. So we want to move back a few squares here. Rutger and Clarine. Let's see, aid 12. They can both be. They're both fairly light, honestly. Okay, so we should be able to rescue them and drop them, so we don't have to waste next turn putting them back down. All right. I'm gonna use Milady to rescue Rutger. Because Melody, I'm just gonna keep saying that. Mostly because she was closer, she had more movement range to get out of the way. And I just barely did that right. That was too close. Alright, one done. And we should be fine. Alright, we're not getting a lot of support points this turn. But I think I masterfully crafted that round. I feel like that was pretty well done. Oh good, dragons. Like we need more dragons. Nabata? What's in Nabata? Oh. Oh really? Oh, I forgot to show you guys. I meant to do that at the beginning of the episode. I was going to show you the stats on the axe we picked up. It's pretty awesome. I'll try to remember next time. I promise. Next in-between episode. Alright, they're out of here. Good. Because we wouldn't have been able to kill them anyway. Alright, reinforcements are here. Starting to get a little bit scary with the Wyvern Riders, but I think we've got one more turn. Oh, she lives. I think her portrait should be a little bit more messed up, but... And a purple-haired girl. Who's this? I'm not an expert healer. Custom music, too, I think. Must be someone important. Anyone with hair like that's got to be someone we need to learn about, right? Some fine wife material right there. Yeah, who are you? Purple eyes? Sophia, a shaman. Oh, it's Sophia. I don't think she's all that important. Also, I don't know, shamans? Yeah, I think it's odd, but shamans don't have healing. But when they promote up, they actually get Dark plus Staff, which is odd. I think they should get Dark plus Anima. It should be mixed up, right? Like, almost all promoted mages get Staff plus one other element for attack. It makes sense for bishops to be light plus staff, but I think sages should be like anima plus light, and druids, shaman upgrades should be dark plus anima. But, you know, that's just me, that's just my thinking. I think that's what they did in Sacred Stones, but I forget exactly. Anyway, back to work. So, let's do at least one more turn here. So, the problem, of course, is, which one? No killer lances? Just Axe Reaver? That's not as bad. At least they left their killer lances at home. We've got one, maybe two more turns, depending on how that goes. Now, we've kind of pulled ourselves back far enough that we're not going to be able to choke point this, like I was originally thinking would be useful. But we did crush their flanking maneuver right away, so that's a plus. Now, I could put boars here, and that'll choke point pretty well, as long as we can kill the mage. I don't believe anyone else is going to be breaking through the boars anytime soon, and I would love for him to get a level up. So let's just have a look. That's like 1 damage shy. Technically, we could dance for him. I really want boars to get a level up, like, really, really, really badly. I need him just to get like 1 or 2 more points of defense, and then he'll be the man. So I know this is kind of a waste of a dance, but like, it's not a waste of a dance. I should also make sure I get a support that gives him defense as well, just to stack it up as high as possible. I didn't really plan that part out. Come on, you're not allowed to miss. Okay, 3 out of 4 is perfect for 75%, so I'm fine with that. That's exactly what you'd expect on average. 4s! 4s! What kind of level up was that? 1 HP? No stats at all? God. I'm gonna replace you with your brother Barth if you keep this up. And I'll just put Barth in the arena for an age until he finally gets level 20. Then we'll show him. Okay, well that sucked. So... Now, Ray would have been a great pick against the mage, but he's not quite close enough. Loof! Yeah, why not? So, well, honestly, Milady needs to start killing stuff. Her con is 9. She's not as easy to pick up as Shanna, but the cabs could definitely do it if we need it. Let's see. She's also not great against mages, now that I think about it. So... Roy's almost level 20, that's fun. Oh, I should probably heal up Shanna before I forget. I'm thinking of using her and then rescuing her out of the way again. She's not quite fast enough, but that will do. As long as she doesn't miss, this will do. Now, I need to remember as well, if we ever run into an enemy mage that has air caliber, Shanna is not going to be good at countering that. Alright. So do we just pull back again? I'm a little bit worried about, what's her face? That one. So what we could do is rescue Lalum, move back a little bit. So they got 5 movement, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I almost want the longbow. Well, see, I was gonna say like lure the longbow into a ranged battle with like a javelin guy or something, but because it's a longbow, they'll just use a range 3 attack that we can't counter. Alright. I know we're playing like super defensive here, but it'll be okay. So it's the same attack range, basically, which is kind of convenient. You can stay there, it's fine. Alright, so we got 1 square of freedom. Clarine is supposed to be making friends with Rutger anyway. And Lance. Teak is supposed to be making friends with Rutger and someone else. Janna, probably. Anybody need a little topping up? No one. There's no healing. There's nothing. Okay. So we want no squares free. I'm gonna move Loof down just to. Oh, I can't make it. Fine. We're not gonna move anyone. Oh yes, you can. I just want to make sure my my mages can get in there to hit the paladin next turn. So the archer will almost assuredly try to attack boars. I could probably put Roy to lure an attack on Roy, just so that he's in. Well, someone needs to pick up Lalum, basically. Sorry, I'm quibbling. It's fine. And then I'm just go for support, basically. Good enough! Good enough! Alright, here comes. Looks like this paladin's a little bit weaker than the last one that attacked boars the first time. A little bit less damage. And the longbow should be basically worthless. So they fell for my boar's trap, which is nice. With no mages, they've got no real way to hurt him. Good. mean, I'm not happy with his level ups at all for the last, like, 5 in a row. Have just been, like, since level 10 or so, he's just been not getting good levels. Alright. I know I was going to end the episode, but I'd like to at least finish off this first wave. That'll be a reasonable split for the episode, so we'll go a little bit longer. Everyone is very happy, I'm sure. So if we put people in range of the Paladin, we're going to have to rescue them out now. And we can't use Ellen's spots. Basically, as far as Ellen... Oh, this guy's got Javelin, that's why. Alright. Well, let's see what this looks like. It's not going to be a kill even if he hits. Loof is now on the wrong side, because I thought they'd come more this angle. My bad. How's Shin doing here? Pretty good. Get a double, that'd be like 14 damage. What's 60%? Again, we could dance. Geese would be nice to have down there. He'd probably do pretty well against the Paladin. We're not in a great position to charge in here. Unless I can kill that archer. Well, let's use Ray, see what happens. If he misses, we're in a bit of a bind. But if he hits, it'll be good. It's like perfect amount of damage if he hits. Okay, good. We'll probably still have to rescue him out of the way with Melody. But, at least we should be... I guess yeah, I had to use the Iron Bow to get a double, that's right. At least we'll have the Paladin dealt with. And other than the Paladin, I don't expect very many enemies that can really do any damage to boars. Well, no, because wyverns don't get axes. I guess they can do some damage to them. It might be worth keeping boars where he is. I just want to see if he's strong enough, maybe. That's not enough damage. Dang it. What about if I go after this guy? 10 damage? Not great. This turn, not quite what I was hoping for. How do we want to deal with this? So, what's the real threat? Long archer, kind of annoying for my longbow archer's kind of annoying for my flyers, obviously. So I can't really use Melody or Shanna unless we can kill the archer this turn. And Melody would have to get right in range of everything to do it. And as much as she's pretty strong, 13 defense is pretty good. She'd still be taking 9 damage per hit. I wouldn't want her to take, well, more than 3 of those, I guess. Well, is she strong enough to kill the archer on her own? The answer's probably no. If she was faster, maybe, but... We still have a dance available, so I could try, like... We could probably kill the cav with boars and being danced or something, or dance like Ray and have him hit the cav. And I mean, killing the enemy healer is not even all that valuable, like... We could do it, but it's not a big deal. How's Lance's defense? I think I'm gonna do this with Lance anyway, just so I've got better positioning for next round. We're gonna do it with the Iron Sword. No, we're not. We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna move Alan in first. If he hits, it helps. If he misses, it's no big deal. That's fine. And this way, Lance will get some support bonuses, so he'll probably have better odds. Problem is, if I use the sword, he's weak to the enemy cav's lance attacks, but I think it'll be fine. I'd rather just finish this girl off quickly, basically. No healing for you. not even really worth the XP, unfortunately. Alright, that gives me a little bit more options for, like, next turn. Gotta remember, don't forget, stay off of that range as well. If only Clarine had a magic tome. I'd really love to kill that archer this turn so I can start moving in. I don't think I can do it safely, though. Sorry, I know this has been a really long turn, but, like... If Boars was getting better levels up, I feel like I could use him so much more reliably here. Javelin versus Javelin, hey? I guess we should probably stop. Alright, so... let's get Ray out of the way. No. This way. Right, this will be fine, then we can pick him up and drop him. How far can these guys get? Yeah, that's the trouble. I didn't really block. Well, yeah. Okay, we can use, like, Deke to help block. So I got a little bit more space to work with here. Now I can move, like, up to here safely. Which is good, because I want Loof a little bit closer. I think that was a good idea. Shin is safe as long as I don't get rid of Boars. I think I'm just gonna have Boars switch to Javelin. Really boring turn. Really Boarsing turn. I guess we'll just keep everyone out of range of this Wyvern Rider. This guy will attack. I assume they'll kind of surround Boars. So Boars will take, you know, one Wyvern. Probably the Axe Reaver, which is fine because no one has an axe equipped. Maybe a Javelin, maybe a Longbow, but he should be fine. A couple of them could go after Shin as well, but... 7 defense, he'd only be able to be hit by 1 Javelin and 1 Longbow. That's not going to kill him if they go that route. Alright. Come on, Boars. I'm really trying to like you, and you're not making it easy. Alright, honestly, if you guys want to go after Geese, go for it. Bring it on. I don't think they will, but if they want to, you bring it. And... other than that... I might want my Flyers able to flank the Wyverns, because if they stay over the water, they can be difficult to hit. Shanna is supposed to be friends with... Deke? Can't do that right now. Clarine can't really move over either. Friendship's not looking great. We can do Roy plus, or sorry, Deke plus Rutger at least, right? That's 1. We have to move Ellen, don't forget. I guess we'll heal Geese a little bit. Well, gonna drop Ray. Alright. Like I said, I'm sorry this took forever, but, you know. Alright, we should be good now. Let's move as far as is safe, basically, here. Put Milady further back. Melody's further back than she needed to be, technically. Alright. And then we'll move Roy a little bit closer and Ellen out of the way. Okay. Again, you know, we'll do one more round just because, you know. Alright. So they got their 41%. Boars continues to miss everything, except for that one. At least he's doing his job of tanking. That's sort of his main job. This is kind of silly, because they use the Axe Reaver against someone with a sword, which is not the right way to use it. So, you got punished for that. They ended up going for Deke, but I was like very confident they weren't going to be able to kill Deke. Alright. Oh, you're going to keep trying, hey? I don't know, maybe if they all hit him, they would have been able to do enough damage, but I still don't think that would have been enough. Alright, it ends here. This is it. We're done. Get out of my corner. We gotta end this episode, so it's time for you all to die. Thank you, Shin. These must be not very high level. Yeah, they're fairly weak for wyverns. Get out of my corner of the map. You haven't even let me start moving forward. We've got all those ballista to deal with. Everyone watching along at home is up to an hour-long episode here, and we haven't even hardly moved. Think. Alright. Time to wrap this up. Anyone else need a kill specifically? Any kills for fun or pleasure? Boars, I suppose. I'm trying to try to set him up a kill. It's not enough damage. Oh, Milady as well, for sure. I do really want to keep using her. Well, let's see if Lance can injure the archer without killing it, which is exactly what he can do, and then maybe Boars can finish it off. And then maybe Milady can kill one of the enemy cav. Just so that my weakest units are getting the kills. Don't miss. Okay. I'm kind of thinking at the end of this chapter, I'm going to throw Boars into the arena and get him to level 20. And if he does not gain any stats, I'm not going to keep using him. It's kind of my plan. I'd like to use him, but like, he's making it so hard right now. How was Xanadu down here? Javelin. Not bad. Oh, we could actually get Melody 2 kills. I see a way. Alright, let's weaken this second guy a little bit. That's not gonna do enough damage. We can double here. That'll be 13 per hit if we hit both. That's fine. If you get a crit, we get a crit, but I know, like, Melody's stats right now don't seem super impressive, but she's like 6 levels or 7 levels behind the rest of the group. I'm pretty confident, especially if I had an Iron Lance, that she'd have a little bit more accuracy. She could do. I'm just being a little silly here. Sure, you can have the Iron Lance for now. We'll buy more. And this should just give her a little bit better odds. Almost doubling now because of the Constitution. Oh, right, that. Forgot. Every time. You guys want to see what a Wyvern Rider can do, right? Let me just think. Placement here. I need to move Rutger. Final placement for support points. Him and Deke are going to be buds. And I'll do the rest of it off camera, basically. Alright, Melody. Let's see if you can get another kill. In fact, looks really good with the Iron Lance. Right, 58%, but she gets 2 attacks. Melody! Alright, who wants to finish up the mess? Loof? Yeah, why not? Loof it is. Okay, well, I'm going to end this episode here because it's already been very long. I'm going to spend the next turn or two, actually, what I'm going to do is spend the next 5 turns, or 4 turns so I can show you the last of it, draining the ballista from these guys so they can't actually hit us. The next chapter is going to start a little, or the next episode is going to start a little bit slow, but, we're done with the first wave, then we've got to deal with the second wave and any reinforcements. Don't forget, the real fun comes when we go for that killer ballista. Alright folks, thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more of Chapter 13, the super long chapter.